Is the Night Goblin War Boss any good in patch 6.0.5? Well, he's cheap, and that's actually the number one thing to know about him. He's been your best choice for a 1 Greenskin army for ages, or for just multiplying your legions with minimal commitment, but that doesn't mean he doesn't bring something to the fight. Let's take a good look. Recruited for a nominal 500 gold and 125 upkeep, on Ultra his health starts at 3,869. Armor is 25 with a shield that blocks 35% of small arms fire from the front. Missile resistance 15% is standard. Leadership of 60 is very good for a Night Goblin. Speed 35 and charge speed 45 are what we'd expect. Melee attack starts at 45 with poison with every blow. Attack interval is 4 seconds, the standard. Splash target size is medium, so regular cavalry and smaller, and max target damage is 4, keeping things relatively straight and narrow for a crooked character. Melee defense 53 is robust for his ilk. Weapon strength 400 is split base 260 and armor piercing 140, so this is a lot more normal than the Orc War Boss. Charge bonus of 35 isn't atrocious, and mass of 350 kind of is. This goblin can be pushed around and tossed. On a great Cave Squig, upkeep shoots up to 213, health to 4,420, armor to 55 while keeping the shield, speed 82, charge speed 100, melee attack still 45 with poison, medium splash target size, 4 targets max. Melee defense 53 again, yes, but weapon strength 400 is now split base 140 and AP 260, so it's completely flipped in favor of penetrating armor with a bonus versus infantry of 20 to boot. This is much, much better. Charge bonus is 65 and mass is 1500. In both versions, the War Boss hides in forest and has Vanguard deployment, but on foot he has Stalk, and on a Squig he does not, but he does have immunity to psychology. The skill tree makes this a much shorter video because the blue and red lines are 100% identical to the Orc War Boss, which is mostly a good thing, and the yellow line is the same except for the middle and capstone pips. Fermented Fungi is 3 uses, 9 second cooldown, 75 meter range, single target on any enemy, and for 15 seconds, inflicts -24 melee defense, and causes Rampage. This has potential to be enormously valuable for getting the right enemy way out of position, and you have the potential to completely waste it. The Boss's Loons grants 2 uses of what's basically a carbon copy of the Spinning Loons from Night Goblin Fanatic units, with all its wonderful dwarf-destroying potential, and as this emanates from a single entity, the danger to friendly forces can be reduced far below the norm. Dodgy Geezer, Tunnel Boss, and Belor are exactly like the Orc War Boss counterparts, so let's look at the remainder. Ambusher at rank 7 grants ambush success chance plus 15%, and melee attack plus 4 for the entire army during ambush battles. You might not think this means much, but it will stack with Outcleverer late in the blue line, which offers a max of plus 30%. Nastier Squigs at rank 10 offers melee attack plus 8 for Squig units in your army, and charge bonus plus 10 for all Squig units. This means the units I covered in various videos, Squig Herd, Mangler Squig, Colossal Squig, and Night Goblin Squig Hoppers. In other words, you can take this, double down on a Night Goblin Big Boss hero in the army, and now you're cooking with nuclear fire. That's not mutually exclusive with Beta Knight Sneakin', also at rank 10, which offers melee attack plus 6 and melee defense plus 6 for all Night Goblin units. That means doubling and tripling down on Night Goblins as something you can use and abuse in battle, and even the archers fight extremely decently in melee at that point. So how do we use the Night Goblin War Boss? I don't think it's that complicated. Either you got one because he's really, really cheap, and you've built accordingly, or you've leveled one up and are now using the Luxury Edition, but either way, while there's a ton of build variety with Greenskins, you still want to get to the point of exploiting sneaky, nasty stuff with Night Goblins, Squigs, and anything else that works well with those units. He's not the toughest fighter by any stretch, but it's hard to go wrong with poison, and unless you're playing Skarsnik, and you might be, you don't have to avoid Orc units. You can just mix it up with some pretty strong stuff. So, simply put, keep the enemy off balance, get a Shaman if you can for taking advantage of good winds availability, and just push, push, push. If you go down, take lots of them with you. Preferably just shank them in the back when they're not looking. That's what Stalk is for. Just keep in mind that even on the mount, this is not a very tough lord, so you have to be cunning with him. Take care and have fun winning with all the dirty tricks.